as North Harbour try and break away. Challenge from Canterbury. North Harbour will retain possession. Canterbury Beavers, Llewellyn Heel just in that contact challenge. The final game after 7 days, 35 teams in the national championships, which haven't been held since 2019, for the supremacy of provincial hockey in New Zealand. Otago defeating Wellington in the men's Division 1 final earlier today, Tier 1, in somewhat of an upset, making history. Southland winning the women's 2 Tier 2 earlier today, and Canterbury defeating North Harbour in the women's Tier 1. So it's been all South Island so far. Can North Harbour change that? So number 20, Matt Wilson for the Canterbury Beavers. But North Harbour is trying to disrupt things somewhat. Umpires this afternoon, Anton Paulin from Manawatu, Tom Rutherford from Tauranga. Early stages of the first quarter, both teams just trying to get some early ascendancy. Sanjay Ganda, the coach of the Canterbury Beavers team, said that Scott agreed 82 consecutive games with this Canterbury Beavers team. Chris Goldsbury, 100 matches he brought up yesterday, first started playing for this team back in 2008. As the curtain will come down on the end of the national championships, at the end of this, still plenty of crowd, plenty of support around the place. Plenty of noise and celebrations as well in this arena after the home team, Otago, have won the men's title for the first time. Canterbury trying to put some pressure on North Harbour. North Harbour just trying to break out through Charles Cleo. Goalkeepers for the two teams, North Harbour, Jerome Corbett, and for Canterbury, it is Toby Dean. So restart here from Noah Hensman. Chance for North Harbour, early chance inside the circle. Still got possession. Good challenge coming from Canterbury, who look organised in defence. Good work here from Canterbury as Lawrence Darling just sweeps upfield. Now Daniel Wald. Wald again. Cross to Greed. Just not able to control it on this occasion was Kyle Houston. So North Harbour, midway through the first quarter, will get the ball back into possession. Long ball, but no one there. Just not able to link up with the attack for North Harbour. So now, can Canterbury start from the back and work their way forward with some consistency? North Harbour, here's Iverson, captain of the North Harbour team. Taimana Iverson wearing the number 10 shirt. Canterbury through Daniel Ward. And now, North Harbour, it's been a bit of a scrappy and messy affair in the opening 9 minutes of the first quarter. Iverson once more, whistle goes, Canterbury ball. So Canterbury looking to put some pressure on the North Harbour defence, not able to do so on this occasion. Still no score. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and injury stoppage. And the man taking a knock. There's Samuel Gordon for North Harbour. So play will resume. The long flick ball from North Harbour, and just not able to find the attacking runner in the form of Jack Day. So Daniel Ward with a big long flick forward. North Harbour will reply, trying to work their way up over halfway. Not able to link. Was looking for Sebs. Saunders not able to get it, and back to Canterbury. Right, here's Canterbury. They look to go quickly. Move it nicely. Away on the left to Llewellyn Hill. Into the circle area. Canterbury still scrapping for it. North Harbour defending and have got it safely. Hill moves it across to Wood. Now to Tim Sheed. Canterbury trying to link up across the goal. Still there, and the goal's been scored. Canterbury strike first in the Tier 2 men's final with under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and Canterbury go into the lead by 1-0. So Canterbury back on attack. They got that early goal, looking for more. Hungry to try and keep all the silverware in the South Island. The 3 earlier finals won by South Island teams. Canterbury winning the women's Tier 1, Southland winning the women's Tier 2, Otago winning the men's Tier 1. This is the men's Tier 2 final. Canterbury leading by 1-0. These two teams haven't faced each other during the course of the tournament. Canterbury have scored plenty of goals. Lawrence Darling, their leading goal scorer. James Mortimer, Stephen Wigg, both with 4 for North Harbour. Just not quite able to control things there was Gus Nelson. So Canterbury start once more. Oliver Bunny, number 11. And it comes back. They'll start from the back. Matt Wilson. Back across to Scott Grebe. Plenty of experience at the back for the Canterbury Beavers, as they're known. It's the Canterbury second team, Canterbury B team, really. Looking for the silverware here. If they win this match today, they will leave with the trophy wrapped away for another year. The Newman's Trophy, the Challenge Shield being won by Otago, the K Cup by Canterbury, the Floyd Shield by Southland. Canterbury, 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, lead by 1-0. The temperatures have dropped. It's been a good day of weather, been a good day of hockey action in Dunedin to wrap up day 7 of the Ford National Championships. Plenty of support from the local administrators and coaches, the officials, feedback that has been provided by the players, spectators and families have been very good indeed. Dunedin City Council, a big supporter, with their support and helping this event happen. Also, Vantage, the principal partner of New Zealand Hockey, the Trillion Trust, and of course Ford, who have been the naming rights sponsors of this national hockey competition. So Iverson just flicks it back to Mortimer, trying to even things up before the end of the quarter. Good shot on goal, but well saved by Toby Dean. So the penalty corner goes the way of North Harbour with 48 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter. Can North Harbour level things up? Strike on goal. Well blocked by Canterbury. Another penalty corner. Still 40 seconds remaining. The clock stops. Be Adam Banks with the ball. Shot on goal, good save. Moving it across. And Canterbury will just want to count the clock down. And that's exactly what they've done. 25 seconds now remaining. And Canterbury have relieved the pressure. Double blast on the whistle. Green card issued. 3 seconds to go. Here comes the siren. There it is there. And the end of the first quarter sees Canterbury. The Canterbury Beavers leading North Harbour by 1-0 in the men's Tier 2 final and the last game of the last day of the National Hockey Championships in Dunedin, supported by Ford. Second half, or second quarter, action underway. 1-0, Canterbury lead. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Canterbury still leading by 1-0. And North Harbour struggling to make any inroads into that Canterbury defence at the moment. Simon Youlston, member of the Black Sticks team, back in commentary now after finishing third today. How's the tournament been for you, Simon?
Yeah, it's been very exciting. Pretty disappointed not to get the win yesterday, but it ended up not mattering against Otago versus Auckland. Yeah, it's been good. It's been very good.
A little bit chilly down here for you, is it?
Yeah, I've been stuck up in Auckland for a while, so I'm more used to the Canterbury cold, but not recently. So it's been very cold, and I'm not loving it, but it's okay.
Well, Canterbury looking like they're going to stop any North Island teams going home with silverware at the moment. Southland winning Tier 2 women, Canterbury winning Tier 1 women. Canterbury men, the Otago men, would you have picked that?
Yeah, they were my pick. I didn't think they'd be up 4-0, but from what I watched, it was a very exciting game. And yeah, it was my pick. So hopefully, I'm touching wood, the Beavers will score here and go up 2-0 because I'm very biased.
So here's a chance for Canterbury to go ahead by 2-0. They've got some experienced people on their side. All right, North Harbour have really struggled to get inside that Canterbury circle and make much of an impact in this match so far. I know that you've been getting changed, getting sort of hydrated again, so back into a bit of a relaxed state.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm excited about it here. I got my Beavers singlet on and looking forward to hopefully a Beavers win.
Talk to me about Chris Goldsberry. 100 matches yesterday, 101 today. You've got Scott Greed, who's at 82 consecutive games and almost making it 2-0, the Canterbury side. But they've got some experienced campaigners that's sprinkled with some youth.
Yeah, Chris Goldsberry and Scott Greed, absolute stalwarts of the Beavers team. I mean, I played my first Beavers tournament in 2018 and they were there for me. They were great blokes and they're doing bloody well today. So hopefully they can get involved, and I think Chris Goldsberry took a while to get on the field yesterday for his 100th cap.
With a great tackle.
So things just not going the way of North Harbour here. Canterbury dearly love another one into the second quarter. Less than 10 minutes to go as the day gets a bit chilly in the deep south. Plenty of celebrations going on behind us with the Otago team jubilant with the Challenge Shield for the very first time as North Harbour try and get something going. Must be difficult for these guys having to come in after the Tier 1 final being played just immediately before this.
Yeah, I think these two teams have been the best all week. From what I know, North Harbour have been pretty dominant.
Yeah, North Harbour had wins against Otago Country, Southland, Tasman, Northland. Beat Otago yesterday 2-0 in that semi-final, so they've come in really good shape. Canterbury also unbeaten, won the penalty shootout in the semi-final against Northland yesterday. They certainly scored some good goals, 23 in total, so and some good goal scorers in here as well. Lawrence Darling, Harrison Darling, Hayden Cox, Gus Nelson, so plenty of guys have got on the scorecard for the Canterbury side. And what we've seen today, you get that early goal in, it's pretty hard to sort of let the other team back into the match.
Yeah, I think Canterbury had a really tough game yesterday. We came down to watch that and 3-3 in the end and shootout win for them, so they were pretty happy about that.
No shootout so far in today's finals, or no? Still got this one to go.
Yeah, only 1-0 at the moment, so I could get pretty close. And a chance here for North Harbour.
Good strike across the goal mouth by Jared Russell. Just not quite on target. What do you think of shootouts these days with that extra time?
Oh, I think it's pretty good. I think back in the early days, strokes I think were better unfair on the keepers. Now it's sort of more down to how much skill 5 players can have, and yeah, I think it's a great thing for the game.
Pretty stressful for some of the guys having to take the shots, though, I guess.
Yeah, I personally don't enjoy it that much as you get sent out there a few times, but It's all right. It feels good when you score it.
Okay, Canterbury just trying to manufacture something now, as it's been a long week for these players. There's been 30 matches played in this pool, which has attracted 10 teams to it. Daniel Wood just not able to link up North Harbour. Midway through the second quarter, we'll look to try and level things up. But that Canterbury defence looks very organised.
Yeah, Scott Greed really leading the charge back there. He's an absolute stalwart of the Beavers team. And he does a phenomenal job back there. He's a great leader and a great bloke as well.
This is great work here from Jurovic. Regan Jurovic not able to get the ball into the attacking zone like he would like, so Canterbury will get possession back. The flick over the top, chasing hard is Llewellyn Hill. Back now to Charlie Swan. Cross nicely to Hamish Finley. This is nice work from Canterbury, but just not able to finish it off. It just seemed like Canterbury defence are so well organised. They've got numbers on the ball at critical times.
Yeah, I think if North Harbour are going to get a goal here, I think it's going to come from the likes of Tamar Iverson. He's been a great player for the last few years and still pretty young, and he does very well, especially for this side.
Yeah, he's been a factor already wearing that number 10 shirt, just 22 years of age. It's a young side, that North Harbour side. Youngest is Jonathan O'Rourke. Oldest is goalkeeper Grayson Jarvins. There's Canterbury steam back onto attack. Might be a card coming here. Is there? No. Seen a few cards in this competition.
Yeah, I think Chris Goldsbridge just got on his trademark flop there. Well known in the Canterbury Premier League. Just take a little nudge and just dive over, but a well-earned PC for Canterbury, and hopefully they can put it away.
Well, he's been around long enough. Made his debut back in 2008 for this team. So, what is he? 101 games today. He's allowed to take the occasional flop, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think he might be on the umpire side here. He's a great bloke, and I'm sure he knows him very well.
Well, both umpires from the North Island, Anton Paulin from Manawatu, Tom Rutherford from Tauranga. Shot from Canterbury. Good save from North Harbour. Good work from Jerome Corbett in goal. In fact, no, it was actually Grayson Jarvins in goal for North Harbour. So another penalty corner. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Canterbury, the strike, but well defended. Back for another one. Canterbury would dearly love to double their scoreline and give them some breathing space. There's a charge, flick back to the left. North Harbour off the hook. So just trying to mount something from the back. North Harbour through Iverson. Whistle goes again. Head goes back from David Bates. Right, North Harbour. Inside the circle. How exciting was it for you when you first made the Black Sticks?
Yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. I was sitting up in bed and got a call from Coach Greg Nicol saying I made it, and I think the family were pretty excited, probably a bit more than I was, but no, it was cool. It was a great experience, and it's been cool to be up and involved with them.
You in bed in the morning or in bed at night?
It was actually the evening. I was waiting to go to training, so I was just sitting up, doing not much, and no, it was good. It was exciting, and here we go.
Chance for North Harbour inside the circle. Shot on goal, it's in! They've scored. And they've levelled things up, have North Harbour. Critical time leading into the half-time break. And that will give them a lot of confidence. And the man scoring the goal is Stefan Wigg. So Wigg gets the goal. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and it's all tied up in the men's Tier 2 National Hockey Championship final. Good goal taken as well.
Phenomenal goal, Stefan Wigg, fellow NSU player, and he's done all that same stuff for NSU this year and managed to put one on the board in this final. Exciting times.
So Canterbury, after have had a lot more chances, North Harbour are taking their limited opportunities and making them count. Another shot, just wide. Yeah, North Harbour just seems to have got some confidence from that goal. Bit of a bounce in their step. Good work down that right wing touch by Adam Banks initially. So, less than 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bunny Oliver, or Oliver Bunny I should say, down the right flank for Canterbury. Let's see what they can do. Leading into that 10-minute half-time break. It's 1-1. Canterbury inside the circle. Danger time. Just held out. Is that the Beaver fan club on the far side of the field over there?
Yep, that's the Cooters, the Cavs and the Cats all in the same spot. Standing there supporting the Beavers.
Is it a pretty close-knit hockey family inside the Canterbury area?
Yeah, big time. I think the Barracudas and the Cats were at the same motel as were the Beavers and the Canterbury Cavs, so everyone pretty close. All trying to support each other and try to get the win today.
Well, Canterbury have nailed one of the finals in the women's section. Can they do it in the men's Tier 2 to make it a double? Just over a minute remaining until half-time. Ooh, clash it. And there was Kyle Houston. So North Harbour. One of the few chances now to close in on the half-time break. Canterbury, can they ignite something? Just not a lot of flow in this match. It's sort of a stop-start at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly in between the 225s, I think. Not too many opportunities for either team, but I think Canterbury are really relying on the old heads of Scott Greed and Chris Goldsberry and even Lawrence Darling as well now, and a bit of youthfulness to maybe ignite something and create a chance. But.
Well, seconds only remain in the second quarter. Went from 1-0. Canterbury got the first goal in the first quarter. Harbour replied with the second goal in the second quarter. Chance for Harbour. Final seconds of the second quarter. Time ticks down. They'll have to take the shot on goal quickly. It's wide, and that will be the end of the second quarter. Scoreline reads Canterbury 1, North Harbour 1. It is half-time here in the men's Tier 2 final of the Ford National Championships. Good goal scored in that quarter by the North Harbour 24, Stefan Wigg. It is all tied up at the half-time break. We'll come back with live action for you from Alexandra McMillan when the players come back onto their field for the second half. All right, ready for the third quarter to get underway. It's all tied up, 1 goal apiece. Gus Nelson scoring for the Canterbury Beavers in the first quarter. The reply for Stephen Wigg for North Harbour in the second. Newman's Trophy up for grabs. As North Harbour, through David Bates, just trying to find support at the back. Turned over from Canterbury. So Canterbury starting through Hamish Finley. Just going wide. So North Harbour just trying to control things through Regan Urovic. Now David Bates. Iverson, he's looked a handful all game. Just finds Jared Russell. Canterbury not able to control things. Lights have come on now at the Alexandra McMillan turf as the sun starts to set. Celebrations will continue long into the night in Dunedin City. The men's historic victory in the Tier 1 Men's Championship for the Challenge Shield. This is the Newman's Trophy up for grabs. The men's Tier 2 final, the last of the events. So what can Canterbury conjure up? Chance there, just kicked away though by the North Harbour keeper, Grayson Jarvins. Here's Lawrence Darling into the circle. There's a penalty corner. So plenty of supporters have still stayed to the bitter end here in Dunedin. It's been a full day of action. In fact, it's been a full week of action. Shot on goal, in. Canterbury have scored. Scored from the penalty corner. Crucial goal, 3 minutes into the third quarter. So can North Harbour now reply? Canterbury scored first in this match, first quarter. North Harbour came back in the next. So what can North Harbour do? Still plenty of encouragement from both benches. Just not able to find their attacking players. Both teams have lost a bit of bounce in their step. Rolling subs coming now for both teams. The Beavers fan club in good voice. The Canterbury Beavers. They lead by 2-1. Here's Darling. Diving save from Brodie Harrison for North Harbour. Restart from Matt Wilson. He'll go deep. Back there is Scott Greed. Back to Wilson, to Greed. Now trying to find a bit of space, not able to do so. North Harbour through one of their main attacking weapons. Taimana Iverson has been quite a threat in that midfield. North Harbour just trying to up the tempo now through Jared Russell. Brodie Harrison with the cross. Canterbury disrupted things. Not enough to be able to gain possession though. So still with North Harbour. Oh, this is good work from the Canterbury defence. Right. Nice work from Chris Goldsberry to control it and flick it through. Almost. Restart from North Harbour. Iverson just shows his skills. Still continues to show them. Running with some purpose and pace. Midway through the third quarter. In the final game of the National Championships for 2022. Dunedin have hosted a combined and men's women's team, but this is the first time they've hosted a marquee tournament since 1993. It's the first format of its kind for 25 years, more than 25 years. First association-based national hockey competition. Different formats have taken place since then. We're back to the provincial bodies now. And 35 teams have taken place and taken part in this competition as Canterbury swarm back onto attack. They earn another penalty corner. And can they take advantage to put themselves up to a 2-goal lead? They go into the team huddle to talk about the tactics. Lawrence Darling has scored 5 so far. Gus Nelson, 5 in this tournament, 1 this match. Hayden Cox, 3. Hamish Darling, 3. Who will they go to? just not able to control things, untidy. North Harbour through Seb Saunders. So, big flick from Canterbury. Taken down by Josh Bowden. Nicely trapped and just not able to quite stay on his feet for Canterbury was Gus Nelson, the goal scorer. A chance for North Harbour to break out now through David Bates, but it's been turned over. And Canterbury through Llewellyn Heel. Bit of pressure now from North Harbour. Who's going to pounce on it first? Good work once more from David Bates. 2-1. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Canterbury lead. Looking to make it a clean sweep for South Island teams at this year's National Championships. Harbour are far from out of this game. Untidy from Canterbury. Maybe a sign of a long, weary week after Canterbury have defeated Counties Manukau by 5-0. New Zealand Defence Force 7-0. South Canterbury 5-1. Otago 3-0. Defeating Northland in the shootout yesterday after a 3-all full-time scoreline. North Harbour had a clean sweep over Otago Country, Southland, Tasman, Northland, and then Otago, as the ball in touch, North Harbour will retain possession. This is Josh Bowden. Umpire says play on. Canterbury got numbers back in defence. North Harbour having to work it from the back. Everyone back for Canterbury. Their defence well organised. And North Harbour just not able to link up with the attack. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter as the temperature drops another couple of degrees as well. The lights are starting to take effect brightly here at the Alexandra McMillan turf. Nice work down the touchline. Good run there from Tim Sheed. So Bowden, aerial flick. North Harbour, a chance. Canterbury scrambling with their defence. But they do enough to retain possession. And will restart play with just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The goal in the first quarter scored by Gus Nelson for Canterbury. The reply in the second quarter by Stephen Wigg for North Harbour. Been no goal so far in the 13 minutes of this quarter. North Harbour would dearly love another one. Two-1 the scoreline. Can they level things up? North Harbour inside the circle. Pressure. whistle goes. Canterbury defence holds. Canterbury just wanting to hang on to possession if they can and count the clock down, but they've given it away. North Harbour will press up from the back. Iverson. He's been so good, so effective. When he's had opportunities, he's made the most of them. They just haven't linked as well as they would have liked to this afternoon. Iverson, tricky little pass. Possibly the last opportunity for North Harbour to draw level in this quarter. Canterbury, though, will not make it easy. Contesting everything. North Harbour back in possession. And as I say that, Canterbury turn the tables once more. Long pass through. Not able to control it was Chris Goldsberry. And it'll be North Harbour with just seconds remaining now. Big flick into the air from David Bates. Canterbury have got it back. Few seconds remaining. The siren will go. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of the men's Tier 2 final. It is Canterbury Beavers 2, North Harbour 1. Final quarter about to get underway. Canterbury, they lead by 1. Goals to Gus Nelson, Lawrence Darling. For North Harbour, the goal scored by Stefan Wigg. Can Canterbury maintain their lead? 15 minutes of action remain. North Harbour will throw everything they can now at Canterbury. The North Harbour coach, Humes Uka, would have given the boys a great rev up at that final quarter. Sanjay Gander would have done the same for Canterbury, saying you're only 15 minutes away from being able to take home the Newman Shield. Can travel back to red and black land along with the K Cup, which was won by the Canterbury women's team earlier today. Nice pass. through. But Oliver Bunny just not able to link up, although he'll try and regather possession now. Regan Jurovic. Nice work from Adam Banks, but pressure all over him from the Canterbury defence. Restart now by Jared Russell. North Harbour looking at options. Good defence from Canterbury. They really just created a lot of pressure, closed up the space. Here comes North Harbour. Back onto attack. The cross. After it was Adam Banks. Now North Harbour. Look to build things up through Mortimer. Now across to Jurovic. Just a bit of frustration setting in now for the North Harbour side. And the possession will stay with North Harbour. Penalty corner awarded. So can North Harbour now make and take advantage of it? Just under 12 minutes remaining. North Harbour trail by 1. Canterbury go into a huddle as well. North Harbour discussing their tactics. The goal scorer so far in this match, Stephen Wigg, who's got 5 in the tournament. James Mortimer has got 4. Shot on goal, deflected away by Canterbury. The pressure momentarily relieved, but Canterbury have done well to try and get out of a tight spot. Just no real continuity with that North Harbour attack. Struggling to link up. Canterbury will go the aerial route. Just doesn't appear to be the same level of urgency as there was earlier in the match. Just taking the ball down, Lawrence Darling for Canterbury. And North Harbour will get the ball back, and trying to conjure something up. We're into the last 10 minutes now. Trying to drive his way through was James Mortimer. Quite a young side, this North Harbour team. 24 years of age is the oldest. There's Iverson, collects the ball back, lovely pass down the left wing. After it quickly was Adam Banks. Banks surveys his options. Canterbury defence come across and close down the threat. One goal a quarter at the moment. One to Canterbury first quarter, 1-2 North Harbour second. 1 to Canterbury third. Can North Harbour reply and take this into a penalty shootout? Alternatively, can Canterbury get one more and close it down? Wrap it up. Oh, powerful flick through from Matt Wilson. But not able to find his attacking players. More rolling subs coming. Trapped by Bowden, and he has a tumble and a tangle with Gus Nelson from Canterbury. Nicely controlled by Canterbury, calling for it over on the right is Matt Wilson. He gets it now. Nice pass through. Attacking feed. And Gus Nelson into another bit of a tangle, but flick back now to Wilson. He'll go deep back to Greed. Now Canterbury will mount the attack down that left wing side. Plenty of Canterbury players racing back in defence. Now, Jared Russell. Iverson. Slipping over. Canterbury look to take advantage and do so. A lot of pressure from Kyle Houston, but North Harbour retain possession through Adam Banks. Canterbury try and squeeze North Harbour, and they've done so right on their own defensive line. Time ticks down. 5 minutes remaining in the New Zealand Championships for 2022. The last match to decide the silverware. The men's Tier 2 final, and Canterbury lead by 1. Canterbury looking for it, hits the foot of Oliver Bunny, so North Harbour sweep through once more, but not able to retain possession. When they get down on attack, that Canterbury defence comes across and just snuffs out any attacking play from the North Harbour team. Here's the aerial flick, taken down nicely at the back by Regan Jurovic. Stick goes flying. Play carries on as picking it up for Canterbury was Oliver Bunny. And here's a chance for Canterbury now. Oh, good work. Very good work by Regan Jurovic. Trying to get his way inside the circle was David Bates. Whistle goes. Under 4 minutes now. Canterbury, they'll not want to make a mistake now. Scrambling defence from North Harbour. And it was Regan Jurovic once more. North Harbour appeal to the umpire. So Tom Rutherford from Tauranga says it'll be a North Harbour ball as there is 3 minutes now to go. Is the clock the enemy of the North Harbour team? Or have they got something they can pull out of the fire to force this game into a penalty shootout? North Harbour applying plenty of pressure, but the defence of the Canterbury team holding strong. Jurovic. Cross right, across to the right to Hensman. But here's Canterbury, as they've done so often. Anything inside their defensive zone they've been able to turn over on a regular basis and use up valuable seconds. They lead by 1. And they know there is just 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Jurovic, what can he do? Goes across to Mortimer, trying to set up some attack down that right wing flank. And once more, Canterbury, as they've done so often down in their defensive zone, have turned the ball over. And with 1.5 minutes to go on the clock, they've almost got one hand on the Newman Shield. Well, it'll be a great way for Chris Goldsberry to celebrate his 101st match. If Canterbury can hold on, they might not just hold on, they may be able to score another one. Inside the red zone of North Harbour. No goalie, no goalkeeper there anymore. Here's a chance for Canterbury. Shot, good defensive save from North Harbour though. And now North Harbour with under 1 minute to go on the clock. They need to score to take this game into a penalty shootout. They have possession, but the time ticks on. Good work, but not able to control things as he would have liked, James Mortimer. And the ball goes way downtown. The clock keeps ticking, and 27 seconds remain. North Harbour, they have one last chance. This is the dice and it's been thrown. Jared Russell moves it across. Hensman. 6 seconds to go. They're going to have to shoot. Have they got it? Have they got it? Canterbury have won it. Canterbury have won. They've retained all of the trophy, all of the silverware in the South Island, and the team are jubilant. The Canterbury Beavers have beaten the North Harbour team by 2-1. The goal scorers were Gus Nelson and Lawrence Darling. Stephen Wink got the goal for North Harbour. So Chris Goldsbury, 101 games, the captain. Goldsbury, 101 games. The captain, Guy Strawbridge, 56 games, 82 consecutive games for Scott Greed. And it is the Canterbury Beavers who have won the Newman's Trophy by 2-1. Well, that's the same score as we saw in the women's final in the Tier 2 section. It was the Southland team who beat North Harbour by 2-1. It was Canterbury in the Tier 1 women's who won by 2-1, and the Otago men defeated Wellington by 4-2 to take out the Challenge Shield for the very first time. Well, that is the curtain that is coming down here at Alexandra McMillan Turf for the inaugural Ford National Hockey Championships in Otapoti, Dunedin. Hockey New Zealand wants to thank Hockey Otago and its association for all their support and hospitality. They've done an absolutely brilliant job. Thanks go out to all the umpires, the officials, the ball attendants for a job well done. Thanks to the sponsors and the funders for their generous support, particularly Ford, naming rights of the Ford NHC, Vantage, the principal sponsor of Hockey New Zealand, Dunedin City Council, Trillion Trust, and of course, a big thanks to all the players, coaches and managements who have delivered this week of exciting hockey action in a great spirit. 35 teams played over 7 days in great conditions. Make sure you keep an eye out for the 4 teams of the tournament, which will be posted later tonight. But least of all, thank you to the fans and the families and the friends for all their support. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we hope you've enjoyed the competition, with Southland winning Division 2 Tier 2 women, Canterbury the K-Cup Tier 1 women, Canterbury Beavers have won Tier 2 men, and the Tier 1 men won by Otago. On behalf of everyone here, it's a great to have your company. Ngā safe travels home. Good evening from Alexandra McMillan Turf in Dunedin.